Hello and welcome back to the Decks Built Quickly League Round 2 of Game 2 of Week 2. We are going into Finals, Week 2. This week was Trickster God, and we are here to announce Game 2. Snigenhoff is up 1-0. We are going into the blind pick round. No idea what these two guys are playing at the moment. Waiting on shuffles, waiting on reveals.
Yeah, they're going to shuffle up and then reveal. So it will be like... This round is like when you sit down round 1 of the tournament. You shuffle, you figure out who's going first. Walter will get to choose who goes first because he lost last round.
And we do follow the loser chooses rules.
Loser chooses rule. So you will... It'll, like I said, it'll be just like begin a game sequence. So we'll reveal, and then we'll choose mulligans.
Okay.
So Walter will decide first who's going first, and then you will reveal, and then you will...
She-Hulk versus Professor X. This is lining up to be a pup stomp.
Oh, because you think that's... Actually, but these are the two weakest decks.
These are the two weakest
These are the cards you said...
But one of these decks is going to attack for 4 turns, and one of them is not.
Yes, this is fair.
So, I
and
feel
with
like...
this being such a attack-heavy...
I feel like it's an everyone stuns everyone format. Going defensive is dangerous.
Unless you are the right character, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of a better one, defensive character than PO. But I don't know if there's anyone else who has that like attack defense ratio. Maybe Ultron.
Maybe. Oh man, Ultron. You better be running Heroes of Arcadia in there. Better be
right, but like
Team
I
Attack
guess
Central.
It could be a pretty good deck to run.
It could be. It would be interesting.
Maybe it would be interesting to see in this format.
Looks like both players mulliganed. No one's liking what they're seeing. I don't see She-Hulk leveling up this game.
You don't see She-Hulk leveling up this game.
I don't see either of them leveling up this game.
I am intrigued.
It's a very dangerous game they're playing.
Why not though?
Well, She-Hulk will only level... I feel like She-Hulk's only going to get 1 XP a turn. That's if he plays a force and team attacks with She-Hulk. No one sticks around.
What about Hawkins?
Hawkins would give her a turn, but then Hawkins will die next turn.
Or no, he won't.
Professor X, because he's not going to attack.
Won't attack.
So, I don't know.
So then either you're losing your XP, like you're losing your guy that you played that gave you XP, and then you're just playing another one who's going to give you XP next turn. But in that scenario... your opponent isn't gaining XP, so that seems great.
True.
So, I don't know.
I mean, it's all speculation at this point. We're just trying to see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these decks are built. I'm pretty sure that maybe this is a mono deck over here.
I know Snigenhoff is looking for a clean sweep. He does not. I mean, no one wants to go to Game 3 in this format, but specifically him, he feels that he has the stronger decks. He feels that he is the stronger person.
He thinks he's a contender.
He has checkmark strength.
But Walter, as I was talking to him earlier, has informed me that he has all of America behind him.
I mean, yeah. When you're going up against the USSR, we've got a School for Gifted for Professor X, and he is going to use his fetch ability. That is
Cerebro.
He's going to reveal the top 5. And find a side character from among them and put it in his hands.
All right, so let's see what we got here. Looks like a minigun, a Valkyrie, a blue resource,
a Leviathan?
No, that's a Dylan.
Okay, and then
a Blaine, and a He Couldn't See Me.
He Couldn't See Me.
He Couldn't See Me is pretty sweet for this deck.
That's a really...
Because it lets you, like we were knocking the fact that, okay, you can't attack, so, like, you're going to be behind. But, like, if you can't attack, but you can't attack me either, doesn't seem terrible.
That is some good tech for Professor X. I
feel like Blaine's just the pick here. He's going to take Valkyrie, so... He might already have a Blaine. He might have some early plays already. Maybe he already has a 3-drop.
Maybe.
I just kind of feel like, okay, I'd probably draw another Valkyrie. Between Cerebro and everything else... We'll probably get there at some point.
Back?
He had him turned the wrong way.
Okay. So that into an attack on the first turn.
It's a clean attack.
It's a clean attack, but
that's not an XP.
That XP seems a little important.
Okay.
Especially going first.
Maybe
That's free
maybe
XP.
maybe there's a plan here though.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
So rolling into Snigenhoff's turn, he's going to lay down a training ground, and
So we have our level 1 ability. So we have a team attacker. It's pretty sweet.
we have no team attackers.
We have
We're
no
just
play.
going for the trade. Easy.
So
and
there's
free
a
trade.
payoff here.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're ahead of wound. We've kind of evened up the wound disadvantage we have with She-Hulk having 6 wounds.
But we've also
Or she goes to 6 wounds and she gets level 3, right? But now we're just getting XP and we've like evened up this wound count. So
we are fetching for a drop. We've got a minigun Billy. He's going to take Iceman because he is interested in leveling apparently now.
well, I mean, look at the board. Like,
I mean, he gets free XP here.
The turn 1 attack has paid off.
Yes. It has paid off. But
because
I could also argue that here he could have 2 XP and be in the exact same scenario.
But you would be down a wound.
You would be down a wound.
Which is how you beat your opponent.
True, but the Iceman also puts you back up that wound.
It doesn't.
It stalls out. You're not going to take that wound again. I'm just saying I can see a reason to have not attacked first turn.
Spider-Woman's pretty good.
Spider-Woman is incredible. Venom Blast is incredible in this format.
Oh yeah.
Venom Blast. Yeah, she's gonna run straight into Professor X and Venom Blast him, taking no stuns back, and pass the turn to Wally.
That's gonna be a little painful. See what Walter has to say about all this.
Wally is going to throw down his 3rd location. It looks like it is
another.
School.
Is that the 3rd school?
I believe so.
Walter draws a lot of multiples.
He's really good at drawing multiples.
I'm
good at drawing what I need. He's good at drawing multiples.
I don't think he knows how to shuffle.
I mean, shuffling is overrated. So let's see if we get another fetch out of here. I mean,
another Cerebro activation.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to save some of those for your mind control ability, right? Like that ability.
Deck's not gonna go to mind control.
That ability's amazing.
We have jumped into a singularity because we are looking to freeze you every turn. I am liking where this deck is going.
I like it too because right now Nick doesn't have anyone with range. So either we have to trade in this She-Hulk, or we got to trade in this Spider-Woman.
Well, he can.
Or we have to have another red.
Yeah, another
in which
red.
case we're burning through these Venom Blasts on a side character. So.
And then after this activation happens, Iceman will come in, freeze whoever could still attack. Professor X probably just survives another round.
Yeah.
We got Deadpool coming in for turn 3.
I like Deadpool in this deck.
I like Deadpool in every deck.
Well, like, we need a team attack, right? So Mercenary, check. Easy.
Check. So he's going to go with the ranged, take out Singularity.
Oh!
He's going to get shocked, giving him, I believe, 0 attack. Maybe 1. Is Deadpool a 3-4?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I believe it's a 3-4. So the attack will bounce.
Now, this is interesting. Seeing shock in this deck, we saw shock in deck 1. So that means he split up his shocks.
He split up his shocks, which also means that in 2 decks he has drawn 3 shocks in the first 30 cards in each deck. I don't think Wally knows how to shuffle.
He might not, but it's working.
It's working very well. We're going to go for the trade.
Oof, I don't like that.
I do not like that trade. And then the next attacker will be frozen down, and Professor X will survive.
Easy freeze here, right?
Easy freezy, lemon squeezy.
Easy freezy, lemon squeezy. What are we waiting on?
Oh, he chose to freeze She-Hulk.
What?
I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to switch the attacker and defender.
Alrighty.
Wally must be counting his lucky stars that Nick did not have a red there, because Nick does have first priority.
He does.
And he would have just taken a stun there.
He would have spit on him.
Spit him on him with Venom. So we've got just Professor X staring down the team.
Nick must be out of reds because he's ready to trade in that Spider-Woman already. So
ready to just lose her. We've got the fourth location coming down. It is a drop ship. I can't remember the name of that location.
It's the Predator ship.
The Predator ship. He is going to Cerebro again, finding an Iceman, a Cane, a Singularity, a ship, and...
Now I want to point something out here.
A Blaine?
If we would have just froze Spider-Woman.
That's a Dylan. That's
Poncho.
Oh, that is Poncho.
We could have just played another Singularity here and just ran the whole turn over again. Minus the Spider Woman. So, yeah, I just think you always freeze what's left to attack. Especially in the style deck, right? Like,
yeah, he is going to take the keys out of that. I apologize. I said Kane earlier. That is keys.
Oh, did you? I thought you said keys. I just
Kane.
Assumed you could get something right.
I mean, those assumptions are large. It looks like he's going to play the keys here, saying that he can pay whatever for... Who's he going to choose here? Hopefully he chooses himself, because Professor X...
I mean, obviously he chooses himself, but I feel like then we played the wrong resource this turn.
Well, he pulled the keys from the Cerebro. He didn't know that he would have the keys.
Here's the thing about Cerebro. It is a build phase ability. You can use it before you play a resource. That
is true. We probably should have Cerebroed first.
Yeah. So they're discussing what's frozen, what's not.
He is going to discard out of hand to freeze down Spider Woman.
It's a little rough, but I mean, your Snigenhoff's going to have 1 attacker next turn. We're 1 XP from becoming a 7/3 ranged attacker.
Good lord! Against a non-ranged MC.
Kapap.
Snigenhoff throwing down a training ground as 4th location.
Ugh, that means we've got Venom Blast back online.
We have Venom Blast back online. Deadpool re-readies. The other 2 are frozen. And we are looking for a 4
So keys in this format is a 6/4.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad. That doesn't have range. It doesn't line up well against Deadpool, though.
It does not against Deadpool, but against most things. 4 defense is actually pretty good on turn 4. Not generally, but in this format, it seems pretty fine. Star-Lord, so that we can make some more team attacks.
Space Cop. He's the cop that don't stop.
He will be using his ability. I'm not sure what it's called, but everyone's...
It's Greatest Guardian... Or, I'm sorry, his leader and... what is the second?
I'm not sure what's name. Everyone's a Guardian, though. Yeah. The Oprah Winfrey ability.
You will become a Guardian. You will become a Guardian.
Now, this is a very interesting play. Not play, but... pick in his deck.
Right, you get to... Well, it makes sense. Again, like you said, everyone can team attack together now. Seems great. The sequencing on that turn was interesting because he has decided that Walter is close enough to death that I don't need to worry about leveling. I always feel like the more you level up, the easier it is to get out of range of your opponent doing something terrible to you.
Especially if he is able to get to level 3 She-Hulk, which is probably the only hope he has against how big Professor X is going to be.
Interestingly, She-Hulk level 3 is base statted as a 7/9. So
that's not ideal.
In Trickster God form, she is a 9/7, which does not line up against the 7/3 Professor Xavier.
He played down Iceman to freeze She-Hulk again. No, freeze the Venom Blaster herself, Spider-Woman.
Okay, I mean that makes sense, right? Especially if you don't have any flyers, you're just like.
And we're gonna roll back turn 2 again.
Okay, if I'm playing Singularity there. I'm actually going to freeze down Star-Lord. Because you're either getting the red out of Spider-Girl, and she's using her attack, or you're trading with She-Hulk. Then you're freezing down her. So I don't like that sequencing there, but we'll see. Maybe it'll pay off. Oh, now this is one of the bombs that I found when I was building in this league. Ahura.
Snigenhoff has laid his 5th resource, played Aurora, and activating Aurora's ability for the MVP of the league, would you say?
He is definitely one of the bombs. So you're going to search your deck for all copies of him, and normally he's a 2/5 with range, but he is a 5/2 with range with Trickster God rules. So we have 20 power for 5 resource points. That, if he doesn't die, we can just do it again.
Now, he does have to be careful here because of the wording of Aurora to not lose the original Aurora.
Right.
Because the copies will shuffle back, but the original will not.
Okay.
A mistake I believe you made in our game this week.
Yes, I did. It was bad formation. It really struck me down.
Yeah, your turn 5. You made a swing.
Listen, I put 20 power on the board. That's all that matters.
But then you lost your entire board. So
yeah, my deck was really bad this week.
It was a little loose. Spider-Man's a little loose.
I mean, whatever. I didn't have a lot to pick from.
So Snigenhoff's side of the board's looking really good this turn.
Yeah, I think we might actually see that 2-0 sweep that Snigenhoff so graciously was trying to bestow upon us.
Aurora is quite a swing. Let's see, or Ahura. We've got a team attack onto Sing. We are going to use an ability. Oh, we're gonna use She-Hulk's ability.
He was saying that he wanted to use that before he attacked.
So he is gonna put some +1/+1 counters on the original Ahura and Star-Lord.
Okay, so he's just trying to make sure that thing stays even after next turn.
He's gonna freeze down.
Got our first XP on turn 5, so maybe you were right.
Good lord, I did not realize that She-Hulk had not had any XP
No
yet.
XP.
Wow.
We're facing down a level 2 Professor Xavier.
So my assumption here, we're gonna freeze down the She-Hulk.
I guess like your opponent has 2 cards in hand. You don't
take some free attacks where they're free. Iceman does not stun back here because Iceman is only a 1/2 in this format.
Oh, yep, you're correct.
And then we are team attacking into Professor X.
Because
it doesn't matter. We're losing those copies
he dies anyway.
Yeah. Those are some very
and we get an XP.
And we get an XP. Some very free team attacks on turn 5. Really good show by Snigenhoff. He's going to shuffle in the Ahuras as per the text.
Yep.
And pass the turn.
Man, it feels bad being Wally right now.
Yeah, sitting on your last wound. She-Hulk's sitting on, what, 3 more? 2 more?
2 more unless she levels up, I believe. She levels up,
which is a long shot at this point, but still very doable with...
or does she always have 6 and go to 7? No, because the only person who changed to go to 7, I believe, was Groot.
Yeah, Groot does.
So, which is kind of weird, because She-Hulk's kind of like, when you think about her, she's kind of a beefy character.
She's a hoss.
So, like, the fact that she doesn't have 6 standard...
Not to plug other shows, but the Team Attack podcast I was listening to earlier, Geller was talking about how good She-Hulk is in the original Thanos meta. How Team Attacks beat Thanos, and She-Hulk was doing very well over on the West Coast. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, something I guess we just didn't see. But we are looking at Wally's turn 6, laying down a Los Angeles. Really liking those Predator locations. I personally think they're kind of weak, but I really like the jungle. The jungle looks good.
Yeah, LA's kind of loose. I guess he's probably just because he's playing the prey in his deck, so he's letting it ride. That She-Hulk up front, frozen, feels really bad, man. Feels really bad, man. Especially staring down this 7-3.
If you're Snigenhoff in this moment, like, you've still got another guaranteed turn. You're not afraid of this turn, and your board is stacked.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need
a
swing.
That's a Blaine.
That is a Blaine.
We're gonna draw some cards, boys.
We're gonna try at least.
At least one. What else we got? We got 3 more to work with. Yeah. Anytime.
Yeah, there we go. We're gonna.
Oh, that is a minigun.
We're gonna put a minigun on Blaine. Now I really like the minigun in this format, and I'm surprised this is the first time I am seeing the minigun.
Okay, hold on. Why are we putting minigun on Blaine and not on Xavier? Right?
Possibly play mistakes. He may have other plans. We'll see.
Because now your Professor Xavier's unprotected.
This feels like a great way to lose this match, but
like you're down 2 wounds. Like you take another wound, you die. You're not going to protect your guy.
Let's see where it goes. Maybe
right.
Wally knows.
All right.
I mean, he's trying to bring home this W for the troops. So
bringing it home for the boys.
Bringing it home for our boys. I just don't know that. I don't know that Professor X can get there.
So we're gonna steal someone. Who are we gonna steal? If you're on this board,
well, it steals and readies. So I would
take that Spider Woman
with the what was that a school? That's a little rough. I probably would have taken that Spider Woman.
Because here's my world, right? So you take Spider Woman, you trade her into She-Hulk, neutral stun. First off, Spider-Woman is off the board, which is
she's gone.
She single-handedly kills Xavier if Nick draws a red next turn. And then you can trade. You can use the minigun attack onto Star-Lord. Well, I guess you could take the stun there. Oh, you couldn't see me.
Oh, now that is a play. Although
he's gonna John Cena right out of here.
Yeah, that is a really good.
And you can't attack Spider-Woman
because she has dodge. I definitely would have taken Spider-Woman.
Okay, so like even like taking, so we took Star-Lord. We could have attacked Blaine into She-Hulk. Gave Spider-Woman some minus counters. That still doesn't add up.
Yeah, I would have taken Spider-Woman, slammed her into She-Hulk, just taken the trade with Blaine because you're only losing the minigun.
Right.
And you just
you leave Blaine up front and let her attack Spider-Girl. He gets to, unless Nick has the red, but you still get to put the minus counters out.
Yeah, the minus counters still come out.
Dazzler.
Dazzler, who is pretty good in this format, and a Captain Swain coming in Terra Genesis style. He has to choose.
Probably gonna pick Spider-Girl here.
He's gonna pick Dazzler.
Why?
I'm not sure. He just picked her though. Or he tapped her. I'm not sure if that means I'm picking her.
No, yeah, I think he picked Dazzler.
And
that's like, okay, so like you obviously Ahora's not that great because
he is giving away a free card.
That is a free draw.
That is a free draw. If Wally would have activated Tough there, because I believe he can.
Well, like he doesn't have to, right? Like
yeah.
He could have played Tough, but now he doesn't. He just doesn't take a wound all that turn.
I'm just greedy.
Yeah,
you activate the Tough, you draw the card, you pass, you draw the card.
The Spider-Woman, well, because you would have like taken a wound there, and like Walter's down to 1 health left. You can't afford to just lose those guys. So like if he would have just picked Spider-Girl, he could have made that attack and at least put the wound on him. Because first effect, I'll use my free ability.
I mean, it would still take away the minigun too, which was the point, I believe, of that daze.
Right.
So yeah, Spider-Woman probably should have been the pick, but we'll see what Wally can do. We are tied up, 1 last wound to 1 last wound. Snigenhoff's board is looking amazing. Wally's board is looking less so, but it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wally
6,
would have been dead if he didn't have that. You couldn't see me that turn.
7 resources on Wally's side, so he's got some room to do some stuff. He is going to play out Valkyrie,
which is going to protect us from the Spider-Woman.
It will protect us from the Spider-Woman. It looks like he is going to pop. I believe he's going to probably try to pull in his graveyard and grab himself an Iceman.
Iceman, that makes sense. I can also see waiting a turn, so that you actually get value out of it. But like you're staring down so much. I mean,
you're not in a good position.
You could like I don't know, man.
With an eye, he couldn't see me. I could easily see him just waiting a turn.
Or like or like he could have. He could have had some really profitable attacks here. He could have won.
Could he have?
Unless I'm wrong, and she has 6 wounds. If she has 6 wounds, yeah, I think she does have 6 wounds.
Does she have 6 wounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he could have just took her and then slammed her into someone.
Yeah, and that would have changed things. He still may now. I mean, knowing that she has 6 wounds, I would still probably take her and run her right into Spider-Woman. And that looks like that might be the plan.
Take Dazzler.
He's going to take Dazzler, who in this format is a 7/3. She is essentially Punisher at 1 cheaper in Trickster God.
And without lethal.
Without lethal.
I think that's worth mentioning.
it's a good ability, I guess.
I would pay 1 for lethal.
Yeah. So we're going to throw Dazzler into probably a Hooray here.
Okay.
Just try to take both of them off the board. This is
where that line where you don't take the wound is going to really come in play, because now Blaine can swing into Spider-Girl. Either they get Spider-Girl off the board, or you're eating his red.
Yeah,
which is really the goal here.
Yeah, and it being him, Snigenhoff showing a wild, that would be a good red to get off the board.
I agree. And then Valkyrie can just easily take out Swain, and then that leaves Professor Xavier open to kill She-Hulk. So like you almost have to stop the red ability. Like it almost forces Nick to use the red ability. Otherwise, he's gonna take a wound, and you don't want to take wounds at this point. Like you're on the cusp of victory.
You're very far ahead.
So you just got to take care of this. Although, like you also and like you have to save the Spider Girl, right? Because if you don't, then that's your way to victory. You just send her in, and without giving Nick any priority, you just kill Professor Xavier because she's a 7-3.
Wally contemplating his next attacks. It looks like he is going to turn Blaine sideways.
I think this is definitely the attack. It just makes sense. You're either burning a red or you're getting the threat off the board. And either way, you get the tough back up and draw a card. Might as well draw a card before you make your other attacks.
We love drawing cards.
Yeah.
That is...
Now, it's a little awkward here because now we're attacking the character we froze last turn. So, I feel like maybe we're freezing... That was a bad freeze target?
Yeah. I mean, that declaring freeze targets at the build phase is very difficult because you have to know how your entire turn is going to go.
I mean, you already see all the pieces, though. You should already know that, like, this was going to be your, I guess, second attack, right?
Looks like he is going to take the tough here.
You have to. You have to protect your guy.
Yeah, you absolutely have to. He is taking the tough here, yeah. He is going to leave a dude up. Check the chart for the trigger. Still trying to figure out what he's doing, if he's actually taking
They're actually discussing how tough works and whether or not he gets to draw the card, which he does.
You 100% do.
It's whenever you recover, you draw a card, and then tough recovers the character. That's why Magneto's really good against tough characters.
Taking the free-ranged shot against Swain here. Looks like he's going to throw Valkyrie into the back row.
I don't know if that's what I would do, but it's fine. Because She-Hulk has a little bit more attack, right?
You wouldn't like her when she's angry, would have stunned back Valkyrie. And then you're one person down, where you need all the defense you can get.
You need as much defense as you can get.
We've got a Academy showing for She-Hulk. Puts us up to, I believe, 7 on her side. And Snigenhoff shuffling through his cards.
We're down to 1 wound each.
Yeah.
And Nick is nowhere near level 3.
We've got a Guardian.
Uh-oh.
A Spider-Woman.
Uh-oh.
All right.
That's enough.
Since
you send Star-Lord into Valkyrie, and then you have the red up for Spider-Woman to just take out the Professor.
That is enough. It looks like we're going to see a plot twist.
You got something.
Given Wally, it is a shock. It is the 4th shock in 2 games.
Oh, man.
I'll bet you, just knowing Snigenhoff, that he is salty at that one.
I don't know if you noticed the camera shakes a little bit there. There was definitely some fist pounding on the table.
Yeah, my man pulled out his 4th shock in 60 cards, probably.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty good.
That is awesome.
That blows this turn wide open. Snigenhoff does not have any free attacks.
If Walter has a yellow here, he's going to win.
I still probably would have made the attack with Spider Girl into Blaine and just used the acid just for a kill.
That's how you win, though.
Well, he couldn't acid Professor X anymore. He's too big.
Right.
So I would have just taken a person off the board.
That's fair.
Because you still keep the dodge.
No. Acid. You can acid Professor Xavier.
He's only a 3 on the front side.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
He is a 7-3 right now.
All right. So he has used.
We are Cerebroing.
We are using Cerebro. He is pulling out a keys. Did he turn over a school to do that? Because if he turned over a school...
it was a spaceship.
All right.
Because if
he turned over a school to do that, I'm gonna reach through this and slap him. Run right in there.
Let's see what I got.
So it looks like we're gonna recruit.
Probably gonna play that keys that we drew.
Probably gonna play that keys at this point.
If he has any location, right? Like that keys is great because if he has any other location in his hand, he can put the keys into Professor Xavier and then just steal She-Hulk.
Just play her for free. We're gonna play an Emma Frost, discarding 4, 5, 6 cards, drawing 6 new cards. I don't like that at all.
You never Emma your opponent.
So since Cerebro, he's gonna do it again for another 6 cards. Since Cerebro is build phase, I would have seeing that I don't have a keys, I'd have played the Emma on myself. shuffled through, possibly hit that keys, and we saw at least 2 yellows in his cerebral.
Well, I don't think he would have had enough to play both of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He is on 8 resources.
7, 8. So he would have had enough to play both of them.
Okay. But, I mean, either way, the numbers are stacked against Snigenhoff here. He does not have
yeah, there's a
enough
lot
blockers. And Emma Frost is big. She is a 6'5" with range at this moment. 2 wounds.
I think Walter just stole this game.
He might have just walked away with this game.
I think that shock to the system. Well, okay, so like you have a shock to the system that saved him last turn because he couldn't kill the flyer, and then you had the he couldn't see me when like Snigenhoff had like total board control.
Yeah,
but couldn't do anything with it because couldn't see him.
A thing because you can't see him.
You couldn't find him. John Cena did.
John Cena just standing out here. So yeah, we've got an Emma Frost. We're waiting on Snigenhoff to make a decision. He's just gonna let it ride.
Oh man, you know,
I would have at least. Well, I wouldn't have done anything. And this is our final attack in the field. Game's over.
Oh no!
The first you wouldn't like her. You wouldn't like her when she's angry. We've seen all game just sitting in Nick's hand. That was Nick Snigenhoff is a little tilted here.
Oh yeah, he is. You know, and he had the uncanny defense.
He had the uncanny defense.
So even if he didn't have the shock, he could have just uncannied into attacking.
That would not have mattered that turn because he had adequate attackers.
He didn't.
He didn't? He only had 2?
Because that's why he couldn't attack. So the reason why because he couldn't stun Valkyrie again. That's why he didn't win that last turn.
Yeah.
If he would uncanny event switch Valkyrie out of the attack into Iceman, then Iceman gets stunned from the 7/4, and then he still has no one who can stun Valkyrie.
He still has Spider Woman up, who can come in and acid blast.
But he didn't use that last turn, so why would he have made that attack there?
I guess so.
So
either way, that is the end of game 2.
That was insane. That was hype.
We are now 1-1. Wally and Snigenhoff going straight into a game 3. We only have who left? Perfect Organism and Leviathan Mother.
We have the 2 decks that they have chosen
for each other. Yes.
In the draft portion.
So
the MCs that they've given each other.
So we will see you next round.
We've had 2 games that are come down to 1 wound.
Let's see how round 3 goes.
This is exciting.
The battle of the beasts. The freaking rumble of the.
I can't believe. I just can't believe he just stole that game.
He had no business playing that game. That was.
We'll see you guys next time.
That was something else.